the State Department has decided that the Keystone XL pipeline would not serve the national interests of the United States. I agree with that decision.
I am pleased to announce the official approval of the presidential permit for the Keystone XL pipeline.
In my view, we've already waited too long to deal with this climate crisis. We can't wait any longer. We see it with our own eyes, we feel it, we know it in our bones, and it's time to act.
It was literally like getting kicked in the stomach.
We're suffering. Some of us are actually closing.
They're strangleholding us. They're choking us out.
He does not care. If he did care, Keystone would be going.
Keystone contacted us in 2008. So it's been 13 years of my career we've been working on this. We had one substation here in Phillip, 70% complete, and the cost of that substation was $4.5 million. And then we had another substation that was 50% complete at another cost of $4.5 million. And then Biden comes along and takes office and destroys what we'd created. So all this money gone. When you look at the grand numbers, just what it means to the electrical cooperatives in the state, that's $66 million in operating revenue annually. That it's gone, not here. And then for the state, that's $2.5 million in lost state sales tax. And then also to the local school districts, they're losing $1.2 million a year. That would go right to the local school districts. We had a 20-year contract signed, multiply that by 20. So it's absolutely devastating to the communities.
Here in Phillip, South Dakota, we're a small rural community, around 800 people. It's a great place to live. You're in the center of the world. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Simple, things go slow, we don't lock our vehicles. You know, we have open doors for everyone. Here at the motel, I had housed a lot of the security. And so when we were housing them, I mean, my whole bottom floor was full of these guys. And I mean, you know, for a small place like us, we have 20 rooms. And so when half of my house, because I live here, I live on the property, so when half of my house is full of good people, and I'm making money, when one signature changed an entire economical advantage for our community, that's gone. They literally packed up within like a week and left.
A year later, it is still on people's minds. I mean, this will be on people's minds for years to come. We still have poles and wires sitting in a storage yard. There's a man camp right outside town that's vacant. And I don't even know, is it $10 million it took to build and all the infrastructure to get it there? And there's tumbleweeds knee-high in there. It's an absolute shame.
TransCanada came to us and to rent this land. There's about 80 acres in this property. They rented for several years before the actual building project started, but it was rented to build this camp to house workers while they're building the pipeline. So the full setup, you know, has everything from sleeping quarters to a kitchen, infirmary, even a laundromat. It's set up for housing as well as trailer hookups for people who can bring their own housing. This is one of 4 pipeline locations across the country that they would have housing set up. This is the only one that they actually fully finished, that this was ready for people to come in and start construction. Our little town of Phillip's 800 people, roughly. This was made to handle up to 1,200 people. Every time we drive out, we are reminded of the lost opportunity. It's a gorgeous site for what it was planned to be used, and yeah, to lose it was a heartbreaker to the whole town.
I'm pissed off. I think we're all pissed off because it's absolutely unjust what he did. I mean, this is the United States of America. Christ, it's not a dictatorship. All the facts and the data prove that this was viable. This should have went through. Our own Department of Transportation on the government website has all the facts and figures. They will tell you that transporting oil by pipeline is much safer than either doing it by rail car or by truck or by waterway barge. It's the only reason it was canceled was purely political.
I think it shocked everybody that when this was government or political proclamation to say it's okay to build it, they invest the money into it, and then all of a sudden you pull the plug.
We are the collateral damage. Our one chance in a lifetime to to get some opportunity, some growth to lower our rates for our members, and he took it away from us.
I'm terrified that within 10 years, if we don't get the right kind of leadership in Washington, and if we don't really start thinking about what's happening to us economically, if we don't really button up our jeans here, we're toast. Philip will die, and it'll be just another little ghost town in the middle of nowhere that nobody gave a you-know-what about.